You can start.
All right. There are 599 million people that speak Spanish globally. There are 460 million people that are native speakers. Where I'm from in Mexico, there are 68 dialects spoken, not counting the other Spanish speaking countries. Now, why is this important, you ask? Well, there is many different ways to communicate within your country. In my country, where I was raised in Mexico City, we didn't have a special dialect. We had um this way of communicating calling Spanish gibberish. Now, as the population grows to learn Spanish, more native speakers try to show non-native speakers how to speak Spanish. So how is it that we can talk about private conversations or talk about people around them without them knowing if they're learning our language? So about 50 years ago, Mexicans created the Spanish gibberish. And you might say, what is gibberish? Well, gibberish, we've heard about it while typing. You could just type random words, but you can also speak it. And you might say, how is one able to pronounce a gibberish language? Well, in Spanish, we do this thing that it's called we call it idioma F, where you break down syllables and then you add fa, fe, fi, fo, fu, which are just like broken down syllables, to the end of each vowel of the syllable. So for it just depends on what vowel it's used at the end. So an example, I have this phrase and it says, I want to eat. Direct translation to Spanish is yo quiero comer. What you do is with the yo, you have the yo for Spanish, and then you add the syllable fo, because this is what the ending is. And so you just break down every syllable. So you break quiero into 3, and then you just add the fa, fe, fi, fo, fu, which is fi for quiero because of the the I. And then the way it would sound is yofo, kifi, efe, rofo, kofo, merfe. So this is just a way of communicating with another person that knows this dialect. Now, me and my mother have learned this dialect. I learned it during the pandemic. I started it as a hobby. So this is just a way for me to communicate with my mom. I am currently not fluent in speaking, but my mom has taught me how to pronounce my words and how to be able to understand it quickly. Now, this is just a way to communicate with other like native speakers. Just as the population keeps growing, we don't have people listening into our private conversations. Now, recently, I encountered someone in my job using idioma F, which was used to her advantage because later on she told me that we were talking about the person that was training me, and then that she didn't want me saying anything or translating to her what we were saying. And I find it kind of funny because I understood she was talking about someone, I just couldn't grasp who. For a second I thought it was me, so I wasn't going to give away that I spoke idioma F because it was just to my advantage. She could talk about me without her knowing I knew the language. So it has a good outcome if you know who speaks it, but it can also be a bad outcome if you are trying to talk about someone and they completely understand you. So as I started speaking this, I found it kind of fun that there are more than just idioma F. There are multiple Spanish gibberish. Um, I've heard also about a idioma P, which is it has different rules. So every gibberish Spanish has different rules. It's just depending on which one you'd like to learn. And this is just to encourage people if they know Spanish and they want to take the Spanish to another level to maybe try it out.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. So I will post your grade.
Okay.
I wish the school class could hear this. They would have enjoyed it.
Noted.
Yes, I'll just post your grade, and that's it. And I think we are. Do you know what you need to do, right? You know what you need to turn in. So just remember that 5 o'clock our class ends on Friday. So you got to do everything by 5.
Okay, I think there's just one missing assignment I didn't turn in, but I'll just email you if I have any questions about it.
Yeah, you got to do that a little fast because everything's coming to a close by, as I told you, Friday. Blackboard, the course will go away. So you
Okay.
got to do that, okay? And
Okay.
yeah, so I will be looking at the Blackboard by around 5 o'clock on Friday. So it should be
Okay.
done in that,
No,
okay?
yeah, I'll try to finish it by today. So hopefully.